If you are a Christian teenager in this current world full of social media validation, pressure, confusion, negativity, and lustful desires, then these are honest advices that I learned at 20 that I wished I learned at 16. Number 4 was a big struggle for me even while growing back as a teenager, and number 9 was something that I completely ignored. And because of that, it actually prevented some things from happening to me even back then while I was a teenager. So if you clicked on this video, congratulations to you, because I can assure you that by the end of this video you would come out as a new refined teenager. I'm really so excited about talking about topics like this because it just feels like I'm talking to my younger self. One, I want you to be real with God. Now listen, I was reading a particular book, The Acceptable Service, by one of my favorite Christian author, and he said something. He was like, God is not after showmanship, God is after workmanship. And when I read that particular line, like, it struck me, because it's like, yeah, because we are in this stage of the world now where like Christianity is really popular, like everyone wants to be a Christian.
I'm that Christian girl, I'm that Christian guy.
But the author also went further in that book, and he said something. God is not after the actions that is coming from the life at first. God is after the life at first. I see people going about, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Oh yeah, I'm going to this program by 3 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to this Christian community by 10 o'clock, and fine, which is really lovely, but their heart is really distant from God. Like God does not even recognize their stress. I'm currently intern at a firm, and I was talking to my supervisor on Friday, and we're discussing, and it was like, there are many Christians out there now who are proclaiming Christ. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ is the Son of God, or this and that. But you see them keeping grudges with their friends, with their neighbors, and you see them committing one kind of atrocities or another, and they claim to be servant of Jesus Christ. I've seen people that I would see them going about preaching the gospel, but their attitude is, I'll be like, wait, is this one really a Christian? So I want you to be real with God. Like, define your relationship with Christ first. Listen, most attitude of the Christian out there have put a stain on the name of Christ. So if you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself a servant of God, if you call yourself a believer, let it show in your life, because this race we are running would be successful if our heart is actually on the right path with God. So I want you to be real with God. Everybody is a Christian now. Everybody is a Christian girl. Everybody is making Get Ready With Me Christian Girl Edition. But do they know God? Like, does God know them? God told the devil that, have you seen my servant Job? For there is none upright. Uprightness has to do with something of the heart. It has to do with honesty, because his heart is pure. So God is really after our hearts, not even after the actions. God is really after our life at the very first start, because God cannot use something that he doesn't own. God needs to own your soul at first before he even starts using you. So if you are going about claiming to be working for God and God doesn't even own your soul, all those your actions are just frivolities. Don't chase trends. Chase your real relationship with Christ. Learn to say no. So now listen, back when I was growing up, I was a very big people pleaser. Like, I wanted everybody around me to be comfortable and nice. And I know you might say that, okay, that's a good thing. But I was making it at the expense of my own happiness. Now, you are a teenager. You don't need to be with people who are making you do what you don't want to do. Now, back when I was growing up, I used to have this kind of friends back then that they would say mean things about me, say horrible things about me. But because back then I had no friends, so I'll bear with everything that they were saying about me. I'll bear with everything that they were doing to me, because I didn't want to lose my friends there. I didn't want to be like the lonely girl who had no friends. I would even be ashamed to talk about God to them, because I didn't want them to see me as an odd kind of person. But growing up now, I realized that that was completely nonsense, because what I say every day in my life is that God did not call me to blend in with others. God did not call you to blend in with that girl or with that guy. God called you to be the light. A light does not blend in with darkness. A light stands out in the midst of darkness, and that is what makes it spectacular. So I want you to learn to say no. You don't have to be someone who is trying to give other people happiness while you are struggling with giving your own self happiness. Learn to say no. If they don't accept your idea, then it's their loss. But you don't have to give up your rights. You don't have to give up your values, principles, what you believe in for some group of people who don't even know what they want to do with their life. Yes. Don't know the kind of path that they want to take on, but you know the kind of person you are. You are a Christian. You are watching this video now simply because you want to learn. So that means you are somebody who is different. You are somebody who wants great things to happen in your life, and so don't let people ruin that for you. No, choose yourself. Always choose yourself. You were not created into this world to please others. You were created into this world to please yourself and to also please your Creator in heaven. Make mistakes without shame. Now listen, make as many mistakes as you can. Yes, I I would say that make as many mistakes as you can because you are a teenager. Now, while growing up, I used to be this perfectionist because, like I said earlier, I wanted people to like me, and so I'll do everything so perfectly well because I wanted them to see me as the ideal person to want to have in their circles, want to have in their life, and that made me live my adult life while I was a teenager. Like, I was a teenager, but I was living like a 20-year-old. I don't want you to make that mistake. Listen, you don't need to be a perfectionist. You don't need to have everything right or in check at this moment. Make as many mistakes as you can, because that is what makes you a teenager. Make that mistake, do that thing. The only way you can learn is from your mistake. The only way you can learn is from things that you did wrong. But don't let the guilt, or don't let failure, or don't let fear stop you from living the kind of life you want to live. Be honest with your struggle. Now, like I said, this was a big struggle for me because I'm not the kind of person that I like talking about my stuff to people or talking about my problems to people. And some of you might say, oh yeah, that's a good thing, but it's a good thing to an extent, because the only way God is going to help you is that God is going to use people on earth to help you. So if you're not accommodating, if you're not open to them, how would you receive those blessings? It's fine if you feel like, oh, I don't want to talk about my problems to people. It is all right, but there are some times that you need to open up, because this life is not a one-man thing. You are not an island. There's no way you would survive this earth without having someone. Could be your parent. Now, let people know about what you need. Let people know about those things that you don't like. If they are doing things to you that you don't like, learn to speak up. If you are in need of something and there's someone that you know, okay, this person would be able to provide this thing for me, learn to speak up. Be honest about all your struggles, all the difficulty, because it is when you speak up that they will know, and that is when they would be the answer to your prayers like God has destined them to be. You never know who God is going to use to help. Guard your heart and your mind. It's just like what we've been talking about, because so far I've been dealing on lust, sexual desires and stuff, and one of the primary foundation of these lustful desires is what we feed our soul with. So guide your heart and your mind. Even the Bible said that for out of the heart come the issues of life. So I want you to guide your heart, guide your mind, guide your soul. Treat your heart like you treat something so precious to you, because out of this heart comes the many problems we face as human beings, comes the many situations we find ourselves in. Be careful of the kind of things you let into your soul. If you're not careful, these things will feed on your soul and feed on you, and they'll ruin the kind of relationship that you're thinking of building with Christ. You also want to find your tribe. Now listen, I was watching actually an interview of Mr. Beast. I don't know if you know Mr. Beast, that big YouTuber. And there was something he said in his interview, and it was like, yeah, while it was an upcoming YouTuber, he had a group of friends that back then, if he had like an idea for a video, he would go to them and they would join it together and stuff like that. And that actually contributed to his success as a YouTuber now. So the kind of people you surround yourself with have a big impact and kind of life will turn out to live. Now, when you listen or watch the interviews of many of these great people right now, they actually always contribute a little part of their success to their friends, to the kind of company that they kept back while growing up. I want you to find your tribe, find your people. Listen, you don't need to be with everybody. That's the in my life now where I don't even care about people anymore. Like, when I see you as a person, the first thing I tell myself is that, do I like you? You don't need to be liked by everybody, because if you're liked by everybody, that makes you lose. That does not make you special. Use your gifts and keep your hope alive. Now listen, your talent matters. Like, there is something in you that makes you different from others. There is something that only you can do. I want you to use that. Also learn to keep your hope alive. Now listen, you might not be in the state you want to be in life. You might not have the kind of things you want to have in life. You might not be opportune to have some things that other people have in their life. It's okay. That is not the ultimate. There's no way God is going to create you and is going to make you suffer throughout your entire life. There will be a day where everything will be changed. So I want you to keep your hope alive and keep your dream on fire. Even if things are not going how you want it to go now, baby girl, it is all right. Things won't be like this forever. I just really want you to believe in yourself. Now listen, I'm at a stage in my life now where I don't have everything I want, but I'm still keeping my hope and my dream alive, because I know that one day God is going to do everything. God is going to make everything change for me. So keep your hope alive. God has a plan for you. For the thoughts that I had for you are thoughts of good and not of evil. Now, after at the back of your mind that God, the thoughts you have for me are of good and not of evil. So that means God has something is planning for you. Just relax. Okay, relax. I know it can be really frustrating or really, depressed. Just keep on, keep your hope alive, keep on believing, keep on doing that thing that you are doing, keep on working hard. Just take a deep breath out. Exactly. Pray like it's a conversation, not a speech. Now listen, prayer is not a monologue. Prayer is a dialogue. I'm only talking about prayer every time, and because prayer changes everything. Like prayer is like the salt to your food. Like when you cook very nice jollof rice and you not put salt. That food is like a waste. So like prayer is like the salt to your life. Prayer is what just balances everything and make everything smooth and delicious and tasty and lovely. So pray every time, but pray like a conversation. After praying, give God time to speak, because God has something that he wants to say. God has something that he wants to tell you. Many of us, after praying, we don't relax for God to speak, and when we don't see these our prayers being answered, we start calling God names. Oh, God is so wicked to me. Oh, God doesn't like me. But did you chill and listen to what God has to say? Maybe God wanted to tell you that, okay, my daughter, this is not the time for this, but in a few months this will be time for this. You miss those things and now you are calling God a wicked person. Excuse you. After praying, take out time, relax, let God speak. Now you are speaking to him, he should also speak to you. Now so pray like a conversation. Speak to God and he would also speak to you. That is how you would blow everything up. Now learn to celebrate small wins. Listen, you are trying. You are trying, so learn to celebrate yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Now, while growing up, I used to be really hard on myself because, like I said earlier, I wanted to be a perfectionist. So, like any small mistake, I would really curse myself out and be like, this girl, you cannot do anything right. But no, don't be like that. Celebrate yourself. You are trying. You are doing everything possible to make a change in your life. Like you are making all the effort. You are studying your Bible. You are praying to God always. So playing your part. You are working. You are trying out new things. You are learning. That's something to be so proud of yourself for. So learn to celebrate yourself because you are doing what nobody can do. You are your own power. You are your own award. You are your own achievements. Don't let your vision for bigger things, deprive you of the joy that comes from the smaller things. Wow, that's a big thing. It just came to my head now. You know what? Hey guys. But learn to celebrate those small wins. Be happy for the little achievements you are making. Be grateful for those little changes you are making, because those little changes, those little achievements is what is going to propel you into something big. And I cannot wait for when things work out well for you, because I know it is surely going to happen. And if you're in need of more advices, girl, I've got you. This video that I showed on the screen spilled all the other advices that I wished I knew at 16, but unfortunately I learned them at 20. So thank you for watching up to this moment. Like and subscribe if you want us to be besties, be better, and I'll see you in this video. Bye.